Social networking is the use of web pages and apps to develop relationships and to interact with others. When most people think about social media, their minds almost always move toward platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. These platforms are geared toward personal relationships, such as keeping up with friends and family, both near and far, meeting new people, and even getting an inside look into the lives of their favorite celebrities. Social media has made it possible to interact with people from around the world that we never thought possible before. It has created celebrities through viral videos and has reconnected long-lost family members through a single post receiving hundreds of thousands of shares. Businesses are now using social media as a form of advertisement. For some online businesses, sites like Instagram are the only form of advertisement they use, generating millions of followers and thousands of likes per post. LinkedIn is a favorite for putting your professional credentials out there for companies to view and to contact you. With so many uses for social media, everyone is becoming more and more comfortable putting their entire lives out on the internet for the world to see, some even with the intent of becoming internet sensations. But with all the fun and glory of these platforms, they also have their price. With the availability of the internet and the knowledge that just about everyone has some form of social media site, employers are beginning to use them to get an in-depth look at their current and potential employees. This can be both a good and a very bad thing. If you enjoy posting the latest intellectual news or simple things, such as your favorite recipes or sweet family photos on your Facebook page, you most likely have no reason to be concerned if your employer decides to take a closer look. However, if you have a more controversial history when it comes to your posts, you may be in for quite a problem, as what you post can be a representation of the company you work for. Even if your more regrettable posts are buried deep behind many kind and thoughtful posts that are a more accurate representation of the person you are today, those less than desirable and at times outright offensive words or photos can still be found and cost you your job, possibly even your entire career. A special attention must be paid to your online image. Years of hard work can be lost over a simple statement that you may or may not have it made with the intention of being insensitive or offensive, but the damage will have already been done. Another major issue with social media is the grass is always greener problem that so many are faced with today. No one wants to put their hard times or their lowest moments out there for the world to see. Most only want to project the image of a happy and blessed life, even if that is far from their reality. Everyone has their bad days, which can sometimes turn into bad weeks or even bad months. But the internet will never see that side. Because of this, so many people are critiquing themselves and their lives, comparing themselves to an impossibly perfect and entirely fabricated projection of a stranger. In the early days of social media, this did not really seem to be much of an issue. Although cliché to say, it seemed as though it was a simpler time, when posts about a school ball game or a simple game of Farmville dominated everyone's timeline. Now, with the prominence of posters known as influencers, it's become a game of who did it best, who took the best trips, and who has the most followers and likes. Once fun platforms have become a competition, fueling body image and self-esteem issues that are leading many to believe that material items are the only source of happiness, and that they will never be good enough as they are. So many things are now staged for the purpose of a perfectly posed photo. For someone who already suffers from low self-esteem, social media can be crippling. There are many times when those who are shy and quiet, maybe even a little odd to some, can find their group of friends with the same interests and become incredibly popular in a way that was out of reach in their daily lives. But even now, online bullying is a prominent issue. People today seem to take social media too seriously, and it is causing unhappiness when they log off of these platforms and back into reality. As I spoke about before, social media is not all bad. These platforms are enjoyable and can be a fun way to pass the time. Something very few people think about is that for those who are caregivers for loved ones, whether it be for a sick family member or a stay-at-home mother or father, social media can be an outlet for them to interact with others when they are needed at home and unable to go out for longer periods of time. This can be a saving grace for them as they will no longer feel as isolated. Jobs are even popping up through social media. Social media marketers and managers have very lucrative and exciting careers, and these jobs are a perfect fit for those of us who grew up in the era of social media platforms. We know all of the inner workings, what people want to see, and precisely how to catch the eye. Although social media can be bothersome at times, it can be a wonderful thing, As long as you monitor how you are portraying yourself in front of current and potential employers, you remind yourself often that no one is perfect, and you are careful that it does not rule your life or define your happiness or your worth. Thank you.